everyone, welcome to my crypt. Welcome to the 6 days of Halloween. RetroDeath's 666 nights of Halloween, to be precise. And the next 6 nights, every night you're gonna have a video. That means 6 videos. We're gonna have a lot of different things. We're gonna have gaming related videos. We're gonna have a video where I talk about scary things that you can watch on TV. And of course, the best stuff for Halloween, you need scary stories. And you're gonna have 3 scary stories. And today, for the first video, we're gonna start with nightmares. We're gonna dive deep into the subconscious horrors of my mind. Are you guys ready for this? We're gonna talk about actual nightmares I have on a regular basis. And this one, I don't know, everybody has recurring nightmares. I think most people have specific nightmares that always come back. And I have 3 nightmares that always come back. And we're gonna go from the medium stuff to the actual horrors. The macabre, the creepy, the what the fuck, why am I dreaming this? And for the first recurring nightmare that I have way too often, and it's a mild one, but for me it's still a nightmare. It still consists of horror, waking up sweatily, waking up relieved. And that is very simple, what I refer to as the school dreams. You see, when I used to go to school, sometimes I didn't feel like studying, or I just paid a lot of attention in class, so I didn't have to study much. And I have recurring nightmares regularly still. I had one like a few days ago, I'm not even kidding, where I wake up, I get ready for school, and I realize either somebody I used to know or a complete stranger, because that's how nightmares and dreams work, would tell me we have a test, or we have to study, we had homework, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't know this. If I would have known this, I would have studied for this. What the fuck is this? So then I'm sitting at school all of a sudden with this test in front of me, with these questions that mean absolutely nothing, and I have actually zero idea of what to do, and I just start panicking about it. Or I'm at home and we have a massive homework assignment and I didn't do it. And then half the nightmare, I'm sitting at home stressing about how I can fix this problem, but I can't because I'm already at school. I didn't do my homework, I don't know what to do, and all of a sudden we're at the test again. I mean, what is this? It was about homework and now we're at the test? I didn't study for this test. It's insane, and these nightmares drive me crazy. And I always get them, every time. On a very regular, out of these 3 nightmares, this is the one I get the most regularly. But like, there's nothing scary about this, you know, it's like a personal nightmare to me. Just like the second recurring nightmare. This nightmare really freaks me out. Recently my sugar glider passed away. And I loved him. I love my sugar glider. He was a really good friend of mine. And obviously when a pet passes away, you start thinking, did I always do the right thing? You know, did I treat him right enough? Did I give him enough freedom? And a sugar glider is a rare exotic pet. He was 14 years old. During his life, I made sure he experienced everything. He traveled actually quite a lot, and I made sure at one point he experienced the joy of having a family, having somebody with him so he wouldn't be alone. And they started popping out kids way too often. One kid, boom. Few months later, another kid, boom. Couple months later again, 2 more kids, boom. It went really fast. And the problem with sugar gliders is that it's really strange. It's kind of illegal to buy them, but you're allowed to own them. It's very strange here in France. Anyway, they're very rare. Almost nobody wants them because they grow pretty old. Like I said, my sugar glider Fate, he was 14 years old. And the problem is that They require a lot of kind of professional care. You need a big terrarium for them, like a big thing, very high. You need a lot of shit in it. They require a lot of care, heating lamps, very specific diet. It's a lot of work to take care of them. That's already a problem. Another problem is that they're expensive. You can't just give them away to a 4-year-old, you know? They're expensive to sell, and I just didn't know what to do. So I had the first one, sold it. I had 2 more, I was able to give them to my brothers. And another one, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but when the whole family was in the cage, the Fade, the last one to pass away a little while ago, the father, the original one, he didn't actually like the company anymore. He wanted to be alone. Every time it was dinner time, even with several bowls, he would yell at the other ones, and he butchered his wife. He murdered his wife. And I buried the wife back then, and he still had another kid. I was able to sell the last kid to somebody else to take really good care of him, and for the last few years it was just me and Fade. But the nightmare, because it's so hard to find a house for it. When they're all together in the cage, it's 5 times as loud as before. It's a lot more work. They need a lot more care, a lot more cleaning, a lot more food. There's so much work that comes with it that I still now have regular nightmares where, well, since he passed away, I haven't. But like I said, these nightmares are more rare than the homework one. But I regularly have the nightmares where I look at the cage and there's 3 more babies, for example. And I'm like, how? There was no wifey. How are there 3 more babies? And then another night, I have a nightmare where I look at the cage and there's 5 guinea pigs and 2 rats. I'm like, how does this even happen? I didn't have any of these pets. I keep having this recurring nightmare that more and more pets grow and grow, and there's more babies, more sugar glider babies. I don't know how to get rid of them. They're impossible to get rid of, and they mean like you can't get rid of them for a while, and it's so much more work. It's absolutely crazy. But again, that's a very personal nightmare. It's still a nightmare to me. It's absolute horror. But the final nightmare, I think this is a bit more common. This is the dark shit. This is where we like huddle away and we hide because of the fucked upness of it all. I have regular nightmares, and these are the worst for me because these are true horror. When I have these nightmares, I feel nothing but fear and disgust, and I'm so afraid and I don't know what to do, and I call them teeth dreams. They're the dreams I think a lot of people do have. Nightmares. I don't know why I call them dreams. They're fucking horrible nightmares. And in these nightmares, either my teeth start falling out randomly, like you feel them and they, like you have them in your hand and there's more, or you're eating something and all your teeth start like crumbling down and brittle. Like, look, hygiene is important. I brush my teeth twice a day. When I get up, when I go to bed. Sometimes even when I have a really big meal in the afternoon, also in the afternoon. I take great care of my teeth. And since last year, I finally got over my fear of going to the dentist. I'm going back to the dentist again. It doesn't change the fact that these nightmares, they're surreal, it wouldn't happen, but still it's like they're crumbling down and you're like, what is this? And I start spitting out pieces of teeth and like a whole tooth, and it is fucked up. It makes me insane, and when I wake up, I'm laying in bed like, the fuck was that? It makes no sense. Like, teeth stuff scares me. When you have movies with torture or whatever, somebody pulls out teeth or something else, like wisdom teeth, anything normal, it is like a horror, like the movie The Dentist, for example. It's a horror movie from, I think, the 80s or 90s. It's so fucked up, and nothing fucks me up more than those kinds of nightmares. So there you have it. 3 recurring nightmares. These are the only recurring nightmares I actually have. But these 3 come back very, very often. And maybe some of these are not very scary to you, but I wake up sweating. I wake up relieved. I wake up confused. And when I'm in the nightmare, it's the most intense pit of crushing my heart. I don't know how to deal with it. Tell me, what are some of your nightmares? I would love to hear recurring nightmares you regularly have. Even if it's something that I've said that you have before, I don't care. Share me your thoughts, your nightmares. Let's bring this Halloween really to life in the comment section. Tell me your nightmares. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe, because this is only day 1 in my RetroDeath 666 Nights of Halloween. Day 1 was a horror story, and there's gonna be gaming stuff, more horror stuff, like stories, scary shit, real life, horrific shit. I can promise you that. The night of Halloween is gonna be something really special. So subscribe if you don't want to miss any of this. Like this video if you love hearing about my nightmares. If you want to share your nightmares, write them in the comment section. If you want to support what I do and like move upwards from this jank setup that I have a Patreon. All these links are in the video description, to my social media, my Instagram, my Twitter. Stick around. It's gonna be horrific. And stay real.